'Cause no matter where I'm going, there's never been a moment that I was not loved by you. Loved by you.
Welcome to A Moment of Faith. I'm Pastor Tim. Today I want to talk to you about behind the scenes. In Job chapter 23, the Bible tells us, Job says, "Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backwards, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him." And then he says, "But he knoweth the way that I take, and when he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold." Job has been through more than most. If you know the story of Job, you know that he has lost his family, he's lost his possessions, he's lost his house, he's lost a lot of things. And then things go from bad to worse, and he also is inflicted with boils all over his body. I mean, Job has really had a bad day. And in all of this, his wife comes and tells him, "Why don't you just curse God and die?" And he's had it rough, and there is no mistaking the fact that Job has gone through a lot. And in chapter 23 of Job, he begins to search for God, and he begins to look. He says, "I looked on my left, I looked on my right, I looked before me, behind me, I looked everywhere for God, and I couldn't find him. I could not find God." And he asked a really basic, simple question, but one that many of us have asked too. He says, basically he's saying, "Where's God? God, where are you in all of this? And all the things that I'm going through and what I'm facing and the situations of life that have come against me, where are you in this? Do you see what's going on? Do you recognize what I'm facing?" And Job is in his emotions just pouring out this complaint to God. Where are you? You know, it's good to know that the people in the Bible, they were human just like us, that they questioned, they wondered, they searched for God, and it seemed like they couldn't find God. Verse number 9, he says, "On the left hand where he doth work, but I couldn't perceive him there." Job was used to being able to find God in situations, but in this situation, he just couldn't find God anywhere. But then he says a statement that is powerful. He says, "But he knoweth the way that I take." Or in other words, Job's saying, "I've looked in every direction. I've looked all around to make sense of God in this situation. I'm trying to find you, God, in this mess. And I can't find him. I can't find God anywhere." But he says, God knows where I'm at. And that's really just what I want to tell you today, is that in the middle of what you're facing, in the middle of what you're going through, in the middle of what may seem like chaotic situations, you may not be able to find God. You may not be able to look and say, yes, God is doing this, God is doing that. You may not be able to pinpoint exactly where God is in the middle of what you're going through. But know this, just as Job knew, that God knows right where you're at. Today I just want to encourage you that God is working behind the scenes. And although you may be searching all around trying to figure out how it is that God is working, you may feel like you're in that spot where Job is. You're looking all around trying to make sense of what's going on. I want to tell you today that behind the scenes God is working, and He does know the way that you take. He does know where you're at, what you're going through, and what you're facing. I promise He'd never leave us or forsake us. Today is no different. What you're facing is no different. He's with you. He's for you. He loves you.